It's a handsome devil.
Are we live, Neil?
We're live.
That's pretty cool, that little
Microphone?
accessory, huh?
Badass.
So we got the super mic on tonight.
Yeah.
We can hear Ukraine.
Right.
Check, check, Ukraine. We got him. Welcome back, everybody. Neil, tonight.
We've asked, we wanted to have him on the show.
We had him on the phone
Yeah,
once.
but on the phone. That's
Yeah, we got him on the phone.
3,000 miles.
Yeah.
He's
I was there
fine.
that night.
That's true. Yeah. We had him on the phone.
He was there.
Well, he was booked that night, so we took the phone.
Yeah, I was booked. I had to stay up till 10:30.
That's late, huh? So everybody on California, Neil, just so you know, Sid Abbruzzi. That's a tough name.
Double A, double B's, double Z's.
Okay, Sid Abbruzzi, the founder of Water Brothers,
Yeah, that's right.
Rhode Island, institution, music, skateboarding, surfing, punk rock, is on the West Coast today.
Finally.
And we have him. So if you don't know, now you know. And Sid, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, I love the show, and I'm glad I'm here. That's
And
for
you know what's
sure.
funny is, I think he tunes in once in a while, Neil.
All the time.
He does,
All the
yeah.
time.
Comment,
If
comment.
I, you know,
Yeah.
if I don't watch it live, it's definitely playing all day long. You know, on YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Have you ever heard listened to a show and heard us mention you?
Yes.
Yeah, because we do. Once in a while, I'm like, Sid might be listening.
That has been brought to my attention.
It has?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Because once in a while we do mention you because you're our favorite East Coaster.
Thank
But
you.
the only,
Yeah.
he's going to be the favorite. You're the only one.
Well, in Santa Cruz, California, we have one favorite. It's
Thank
you.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for the town.
I came here in the fall of 1970 in,
Hey, hold,
A
why did you
driveway.
pick here? Because
because
why didn't you go to Malibu or something?
Overland surfboards.
We got a
Tom
couple
Overland.
hanging up back up there. Yeah,
Do you really?
we do. Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. I wanted this one particular surfboard, so I went to, in the summer of '69, and I went to a place in New Jersey, 6 hours away. I was 16 years old. To get it, I wanted a Joe Roland model from the Roland Brothers in Jacksonville. They were in Newport for an East Coast pro event. Back then it was 3A, 4A was like the top rated thing. And I saw those guys out there, and I got to get that board. It was 6'9" in 1969.
That's short.
So I went down, got it, and they put a couple on my car. I drove back home. 2 weeks later, they came back with a couple more, got the money, and I started in business out of my basement selling Rick surfboards. I ended up going direct with Rick in Hermosa, Redondo, wherever they were. And I called one day, because I had not sold a lot, but say 40 or 50. And this mega store at the time, they had 3 stores. Hartford, Misquamicut, and a summer store in Newport had found out I was selling boards. And this guy's just an older guy with money, sponsoring surf shops. And I guess the word was, he told Rick, I'll buy 30 cash off you if you don't sell to that kid in Rhode Island.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, so,
God damn it! I hate those guys. God.
so I got put out of business, and the guy selling me the boards over the phone, because the Jersey guys moved me to California, said, hey, hold on. I'm going to move up to Santa Cruz and work for Overland. He was going to be a sander, I found out. But he ended up with a guy on the phone. You know what I mean? So his name was John Shanadier or something like that. So I'm selling boards for Overland through him. But, you know, calling the factory. Hey, is John there, right? No matter who answered. So I go out to Santa Cruz in the fall of '70, and they're in the Hout building. They shared the Hout factory. Joey Thomas, Robbie Waldemeier, Pat O'Neill, Jim Phillips running airbrush, you know, and pin lines. Incredible group of guys.
The
you know.
boys.
Yeah, and so I go into the factory, and Tom comes out and says, I said, hey, it's John here. He goes, you're Sid. We've been waiting for you. And they go, we fired him. We found out he was making $25 a board off you.
What?
Yeah, he was pinching me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So I got pinched.
That's like the classic East Coast thing, huh?
Yeah,
Everyone gets a little piece as
Well,
it goes
no,
across
they were
the
West
country.
Coast guys.
I know, but yeah.
They were pinching East
yeah,
Coast
on the way
guys.
over.
Yeah.
You know what's
So
funny,
anyway-
Neil? I just want to say the Overland name comes up on this show
A lot.
a lot.
Right.
And I don't think anybody really knows. And honestly, as much as we've talked about it, I don't think we really know either.
No, Tom.
Nelly, do you know?
Overland?
Yeah, being like the history of them in Santa Cruz and like,
Not really, no.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's
Well,
like,
I had
They brought him up to
shout out
Rock
with Jim.
Rock
No,
Sweeney
they came from Weber Surfboards
Right.
down south. Jim and Tom worked for Weber. Then Jim started Clear Light Surfboards. And then Jim moved up to Santa Cruz, brought Tom, his younger brother, up. Enlisted Joey Thomas.
mm-hmm.
Tom, Jim just sort of took a wrong path. Tom took over the business, and Mike Grassley, who was the first O'Neill rep,
Right.
and
The
Overland
tragic
got-
ending, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
know that story.
and he was the rep, and I was the guy selling Overlands, and I still have about 32 Overlands at my house. But what Tom did was,
Well, you just said you have 32 Overlands in your
Yeah.
house. So I got one hanging up on the roof back here,
What's
Neil,
it look like?
and it's like really special. But I'll tell you,
is
so
it a shortboard?
no, it's a good one.
No, what do you mean?
I feel like they brought rocker into boards, right? I mean, correct me if
You know,
I'm
they-
wrong.
yeah,
I felt
no,
like
and
they
then
brought
they-
a lot of rocker and
And
a
then
down
the
rail.
first guy with the rocket fish, with that guy Clyde Beatty gets all the credit. But they had the narrow twin fin fish. They were riding twin fins, 5.6s and 5.7s, like in 71, 72.
Right.
All of that stuff. So it was great working with Tom, and had the time of my life.
Wow.
And then he got a little in the wrong direction, and his
Was
wife,
he the only one who went in the wrong direction?
not at all.
Okay.
But he moved out of town, and then I started working with Doug Hout in the front of the factory, and I sold Houts for 5 or 6 years, and then I see arrows just starting to fly, and I said to Doug was just sort of laid back, you know what I mean? He had ran the Lamaflex thing, and had the riders, and then just sort of was content shaping.
He likes shaping.
And Bob was just rat, flea, Barney, just starting. We just started. So I ended up working for Bob, excuse me, for close to 25 years.
I want to back up a little bit
Jay
because
Moriarty.
well, no,
Well, Jay was a little later on.
I just want to back up because on the wall behind us, behind the camera, Kevin Reed was inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Absolutely.
And my friend Todd, who ran the event, called me and said, "Do you have a Kevin Reed board?" Which we do. And I took it off the wall. As I was taking it off the wall, next to his board, we have his helmet from his Winchester skate park days in 1977 and 78. On that helmet, there's a Water Brothers sticker.
Yeah.
And then my friend bought that helmet, and I was like, oh my God, that looks like Kevin's helmet. And I called Ted Terrebonne, who took a picture of Kevin Reed at Winchester.
Yeah.
And on that helmet, in the photo, is a Water Brothers sticker. 77, bro.
Yeah, House sent the team to the East Coast, and I picked
Where was
them.
that photo? At SoCal or at
That's Winchester, yeah. I think that's a Winchester photo right there. Ted Terrebonne right there. Nelly, back me up. I think it's Winchester. But the fact of the matter is, your sticker is on Kevin Reed's helmet.
Yeah, well, that's because Kevin, I took those guys all through New England to like all the skate parks.
See that, TC? You got confirmation.
Yeah, it is Winchester. Thank you, Nelly. I appreciate that. Because I thought it was too. And I'm a card-carrying member of Winchester
Well, I
Skate
took
Park, by
those
the
guys.
way. Just letting you
Those
know.
guys flew into Boston, and it was, how do I pronounce it? Nikolai, Kevin, the goofy foot. He had a model out from Hout, but there were about 4 or
Kiwi.
5 Kiwi.
Yeah.
Kiwi,
Yeah.
right after that trip to the East Coast, he quit Howard and was riding Alba at the Winchester. I also filmed the Winchester 1979 Pro at the Pink Pool. I was living in Santa Cruz, and I heard the finals was that day. I went up there with a Super 8 and 4 rolls of 50-foot film, and I shot and connected it. To this day, it came out good. And the film that we're working on now, I had taken all of that stuff and it was put on 4K. So it was back then they had the doubles competition.
Yeah.
Dwayne Peters, his Eddie Alguera. Cabby had to be 4 foot tall.
A kid.
Yeah.
Meekster too,
Scotty
right?
Foss.
Oh, and Foss. Scotty's still killing
Scotty
it.
Foss,
Yeah.
yeah.
Scotty Foss. Jay Smith and
Was
Shogun
Blackheart in
Kubo.
that too?
Nope, he wasn't in the. He didn't make the finals.
He was sitting on the side drinking a beer,
And
probably.
then and Tony Alba was sitting on the scaffolding, and he didn't skate the contest or anything. He's sort of like the cool guy up there, and they were playing cassettes as the soundtrack for the contest.
Wow.
And I filmed Alva taking a cassette. I filmed the whole thing pretty good. Like it's continuous. It's not just do. Like all the runs are tied together, and the time between changing one film to the other film, I did that fairly quick, and so it came out pretty good. And back then you didn't want to fool around splicing 8-track tape, so I just taped each end of the thing, but I filmed in unison, like the men's finals. I filmed some of the rollerblade finals. No, roller skate finals
Right, yeah.
with that guy Fred Blood. Unbelievable double axle stalls.
Okay, well, first off, anyone whose last name's Blood, you're a badass already. Come on.
Yeah, so I got those guys. So that was pretty good. But anyway, it came out good. And to this day, I think it's still on Facebook or something. But we're cleaning it up and going to run with
Can we
some-
fast forward?
Yes.
You're in the East Coast Hall of Fame as a pioneer.
Yeah.
Does that trip you out? You're a pioneer at
Uh,
all? To think
yeah,
that?
it does. That was sort of. I was stoked to get that. Yeah, it was a great night. 2000 class of 16. Corey Lopez is in it as
West Lane.
the surfer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, West Lane too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wes was already in. I don't think he was in my class though. I see Wes all the time. Wes comes up to Newport, Rhode Island, every hurricane. To this day.
That's what I was going to ask you. How are
Yeah.
Yeah.
all these hurricane squalls even?
Yeah.
good?
Wes is up there. Wes, I get a phone call from Wes the second a storm forms. Because his story is Newport used to be a Navy town. Like big time. Destroyers, ships, everything. And Wes's dad was in the service. So Wes was a little kid, and his older brother, Randy, who is famous for
Jet ski. Back flipper, right? He was the one of those
with
guys,
Herbie
right?
Fletcher.
Yes.
With Herbie Fletcher. So
Epic.
those guys used to be. Wes was just a little kid sitting on the wall, and eventually he started going to Ruggles where we hang out, and then he moved when the
And-
Navy pulled out.
When you mentioned that, Ruggles,
Yeah.
right? That's your spot.
Yeah,
And you fought for that spot
yeah, it was against the law.
to surf there.
The surf there it was against the law to say, let's just say if Ruggles was
Pleasure Point.
Pleasure Point, it'd be against the law to surf from the hook to the harbor. And the reason being was there was a guy on a longboard, because that's all it was in the mid 60s, early 60s. And there wasn't hardly anybody surfing there, but this guy went out there and he got in a hassle with one guy fishing because it's a fishing off the rocks. And the guy turned out to be the chief of police. So he just went right to the city council and they banned surfing from First Beach to Castle Hill, basically at all the fishing spots. So we just, eventually we get thrown out all the time. Cops just blow the whistle, whatever. And as soon as we got our cars, we're there, we live there. And one day I just stayed out in the water long enough to,
Your car got towed?
well, they said they were going to tow it.
Oh, okay.
And we yelled back something stupid like, leave the racks, I think. I said, like a
Leave my bag of weed.
Yeah, leave the racks, leave the surf racks. So we came in, it was me and my brother and one other guy. My brother was too young. He let go, the other guy took off. And I got arrested, fined $10 district court. Appealed it, went to Superior Court, suit and tie, the whole bit. And they threw it out. And that was it.
So-
Legalization.
I've known you for a long time because I was involved with Santa Cruz Skateboards. You always came to the trade shows. You always showed up like Mick Jagger, and you always had an entourage. It was always like, who's Sid? Like, who's this dude? But I just want to say, as I look back on your life, I feel like one of the things the skateboard industry looks back on with you is that you embraced skateboarding super early.
Right.
And,
all the way.
and promoted it.
All the way.
And you
I
did
saw
your
it,
vert ramps
I-
on the beach, and you
Yeah.
did so much.
Yeah, we had we started out with a 6-foot ramp right on the beach next to our shack. We had Tony Hawk there in mid-'80s, the Bones Brigade, 88, 89. And then
Did he like go in the water or something once too?
No, that was during the second X Games.
Okay, got it. I
The
thought that
first
was
two
around
X
your
Games were in
time.
Newport,
Okay,
Rhode
got
Island,
it.
which was a whole different thing. And our shop became the focal point for the first X Games. And we had no idea what it was. Like, none. Like, all these guys that come into town, and I'm getting calls like a month earlier. Hey, do you mind if we have the box of, Tony Hawk stuff sent to the shop? Blah, blah, blah. I remember one day Steve Olson came in. Can I grip tape a board? I'm there. What are all these guys doing here? So X Games great. But as far as the shop on the beach, we built little quarter pipes, mini ramp, and then a vert ramp. But I always looked as, surfing and skating as sort of one.
Right.
And I didn't separate them into cliques or anything like that. So
Well, and you, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of that vert ramp was because you like skating that too, right?
all the time.
Yeah.
I
it was.
I almost made it to 50.
Nice.
Skating continuously.
Right. But
That's because I started another park called Skater Island.
right.
That's actually in Tony Hawk's PlayStation 3. And we had a 56-foot across vert ramp, 11-foot high with 13-foot extensions.
And that's a whole other story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I heard, so I know
that
about
sort of
that.
went down the tube.
First off, you come to Santa Cruz a lot. You have been since the 70s. Is
Yeah.
there something still special about Santa Cruz that you love?
I don't know. I love bringing my wife there. I love bringing my wife there today for her first time.
First time?
Danielle's first
Wow,
time.
Danielle, first time in
First
Santa
time
Cruz?
in Santa Cruz.
Wow, okay.
So that was
Give a big wave to the camera right now, Danielle. Okay, so you brought your wife.
that was really special to me.
And I'm
we
sure
came-
you
we took the airport. We went down the Coast Road, a little north of Half Moon Bay.
Yeah.
It was just great.
So, Danielle, is it torture having Sid as a husband when like every 2 seconds he has to stop and talk to somebody?
It's special. It's amazing.
Okay,
It's-
great answer.
Well, yeah. I mean, in Newport, that
Well-
doesn't happen everywhere. Let's
Okay.
just put that in perspective.
But in Newport,
In Newport, Sid knows
Everybody.
everyone, but
Depends on what
everyone.
supermarket.
Yeah, in Stop and Shop, that's his jam. No, but he.
Sid, are you gonna read Nellie a bedtime story? I want to know.
Yeah. Dear Nellie.
Well, Sid, I'm happy to see you in Santa Cruz.
Oh, we're stoked, and we're here for
Cold Water Classic too.
right. But we're here for we're doing blessed enough to do a film called The Water Brother, and it's a full-length documentary. And the film crew, the Canine brothers, talented film family. Look them up. The Canine brothers, and they're Rhode Island based. 8 brothers, and they're amazing. And 4 of them are flying in with Danielle, and she's a producer on the film. And we go around and we try to jam what we can in tomorrow from noon on, all day Thursday, and those guys are there half day Friday. So we got some interviews on the beach, couple scene shots, and
Do you think you guys are coming to the boardroom?
Well,
I definitely got it.
you should, but also just so you guys know, I just today I was like, what's Sid up to? So I Googled you today, and there's a teaser for the documentary
Yeah.
online, and
Yeah.
anybody can watch it. Dude, it's badass.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, man. I mean, I'm a friend, but now I'm a fan.
What does it look like?
Okay, so first off, in one clip, you take off on a fucking bomb. Like, there's all these shots of you surfing, and it's all cool. Because when we live on the West Coast, we kind of like, yeah, whatever. Nelly might back me up on that, but once in a while. But you literally take off on a bomb on that.
Where was that at?
I don't know. Do you know what clip I'm
No,
talking about? There's a big one. Maybe it's Porto or something. Is there a clip
No,
on there? Where
no,
you go
that was my that. I don't want to blow.
That's
blow
not
the
you?
No, that's my godson.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that. I take
That's
that.
Ian Walsh. It's yours.
Okay, well, I got to give it to you because, Sid, there's very few people in the world of surfing and skateboarding that go back as far as you have and are still relevant and still doing it.
Thank you.
And I give you so much credit and so much love. And the fact that you picked Santa Cruz of all the towns.
I love it. I mean,
know.
Santa Cruz. I told my wife, like, coming here, I said, you could drop me anywhere in Santa Cruz, and I'll find my way around.
Well, I
'Cause
think
love this town.
Neil, Sid, Santa Cruz, we've officially adopted you.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
you hear that?
Yeah,
I
you
just got
are.
adopted.
You're one of us now. You've been adopted. Yes. Yeah. Sid is officially a
Can I
Santa
have a
Cruzan.
lollipop?
Come here, buddy. So you folks heard it first right here. Sid Abbruzzi is now a Santa Cruzan. But by the way, just Google him. Water Brothers. You will see what the documentary you're working on. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It got me emotional
Yeah, it's
because
teary-eyed.
of what you've done and contributed to so. I mean, here's what I said. When I started a skateboard shop, all I said I was going to do was change one kid's life.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
yeah.
I wanted to open a skateboard shop to have one success story. How many have you had? Can you count? You
No,
can't count.
I can't. You know,
And
and that's what. It's something.
Right?
In speaking like that, it's the kids find you.
Yes.
They really do. You know, you're saying, "Oh, I'm behind the counter all day. I don't do anything." But that kid walks in the front door, and you just can read them. And whether you give them a hat, a T-shirt, a set of wheels, an old broken surfboard, it changes their life, and they never forget it.
Right.
They never forget it.
Don't ever change.
No,
Yeah.
never.
Don't ever
He's
change.
your East Coast brother.
I think
Yeah, I'm telling you.
do we look alike?
Water brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers.
You guys are both ugly.
Seriously, Sid. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for
Great.
being here tonight.
Great, and we come back when the film's out.
Yeah.
Give our skateboard effort a plug.
Oh yeah, and also
That would be-
after countless years and a bunch of people, I'm gonna say, a bunch of people, through different times, just kept working on the city of Newport for a skate park for the kids.
How did
And
that come out?
we got it.
You
We
got
got
Is that your dad's park?
well,
Is that the
my dad has 2 baseball fields named after him. And they wanted to give us one of the fields. But it didn't feel right. And the baseball people were fighting it. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, the city found 5 acres of beautiful land. Great parking, everything like that. And Danielle, what's the actual number? 20,000 feet?
Yeah, you're gonna be a
20,000 square feet?
20,000 square feet.
You're gonna be a picture in 2 seconds.
Wow.
20,000. She's the director of the fundraising. effort.
Wow.
We started off where we'll be launching a very big fundraising effort.
Big skate park coming up too.
Big
Big
skate park.
Approved in Newport, Rhode Island.
100%.
Is there a skate park in Newport, Rhode Island right now?
Not at all.
So this is gonna be the first skate park.
Yeah.
God damn it, you just keep doing this shit,
Yeah,
man.
right on. We're stoked. And I'm just part of the group doing it. But
I love it.
we stuck at it.
Thanks, Sid.
T Fox, as always, thanks for having us on here.
The band.
Yeah, no, the band's coming back up right now, but I just want to say, yeah, Neil, get in here right here. You guys, please.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Newport.
We're gonna get a picture of Nelly. Nelly, come here.
As we
Danielle.
tune out tonight, folks, we are on every Spotify, every platform you can get a podcast on YouTube, offlipradio.com, Santa Cruz Waves. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sid's a legend. So proud to have him be a Santa Cruz legend as well. So we're going to get the band back on. The band's coming back.
Band's coming.
Here we
Nelly
go.
up here.